So yesterday we have discussed about the types of nervous system, the importance of digestion, and how the enteric nervous system is playing a major role in improving the kids' digestion, also its intelligence. Then we also talked about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And if the child is behaving in a very aggressive way, in such a case, the child would be much active in the sympathetic mode. Okay, so in such a case, if you want to bring the child to a calming down mode, in such a case, what you have to do now, you have to close the, that is, if the child is much active in the sympathetic mode, then it means that the right nostril will be much active. Whereas we can change the flow of breath in the nostril by means of certain techniques, okay. For example, if the child is behaving in an aggressive way, extrovert way, okay, in such a case, the left nostril has to be activated for the child. So what you do now, you take a cloth, keep it under the armpit, then just press the right hand close like this, so that the left armpit is open. Okay, which nostril has to be activated? That armpit has to be open. That is the technique. Got it, friend? So if the child is, see, you have to try it if and only if the child is behaving in a more aggressive way. Got it? Because the change of nostril is as per the natural rhythm, pranic rhythm that is happening inside the body. Okay, so we are not supposed to all the time intervene that one. If and only if there is a need for that, necessity for that, the child is becoming more extrovert, more aggressive, more irritable. In such a case only you have to adapt to this technique. Okay, so that time we have to activate the left nostril, so that what you have to do, the left armpit has to be opened. So in order to open the left armpit, what you have to do, you have to close the right armpit. That's it. Okay, no. So this is one thing. Then the next thing I am telling you, technique, more safe to balance the both the nostril. Okay, just ask the child to sit like this. Okay, so if in the play school, if the kids are becoming very naughty, okay, what the teacher would be telling? Cross your hands, sit like this, cross your hands, sit like this, like that. Okay, see, when we were small also, the teachers used to say like that. See, when you cross the hand like this, what is happening now? What you are doing? You are balancing both the nervous system. You are balancing the flow in both the nostril. Okay, so you can make it, you can make the child to do it as a practice, right? So daily, either how long that child can sit, either 2 minutes or even for 1 minute or for just for 30 seconds only he can do. No worries, just make the child do like this. Okay, if you do so, then that time you can balance the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, left and right nostril, so that it is an step to bring the balance, emotional balance in the child. It helps to calm down the child. Got it? Like that you can do, right? So then the next thing, see, this one yesterday in the session we have talked about it last. Okay, we haven't recorded this one. See, this is eye wash cup. Okay, this is eye wash cup. So it is so safe. Anyone can use it. It's not only for the child. Whoever is spending more amount of time, large amount of time before the screen, they have to make use of it. Okay, see what you do now. You fill this cup with water. Okay, so it should not be a lukewarm water. It should not be a ice cold water. Okay, it can be a room temperature, little bit cold. Okay, see, fill it up to the brim. Okay, then what you do now, you immerse your eye. Your eye has to be opened. Then you have to blink the eye. Just blink the eye, open, close. Then you can put concentric circle, that is clockwise circle for almost 6 times, then anti-clockwise circle, then again blink your eyes. Okay, see, when you do it, when you keep the water here in the right side for almost 3 minutes, your right nostril will be active. If you keep this water, keep the water in the left eye for almost 3 minutes, the left nostril will be active. So in order to bring back the balance or the equilibrium in the coming back to the harmony, what you can do now, you can make the child wash his eye with this eye wash cup. Okay, so it is not only for this, it helps to improve the health of your improve the eye health. Okay, it helps to improve the eyesight. It helps to improve the strength of the optic nerves also. Got it, friends? Then the next thing, it is not only for the child, but we as adults nowadays, we are also spending most of the time in the screen only. So every morning, what we can do now, we can make use of this eye wash. As soon as you brush your teeth, then you can wash your face. That time you can wash your eye in this eye wash cap. Okay, so noon time also you can do, evening time also you can do. It helps to calm down the mind, helps to reduce the irritation in the eyes. It also helps you to get good sleep also. Anyone can do this. If when we use it on a regular basis, see what happens now, you can stay away from the problems like glaucoma, kind of those things like that and all. Got it, friends? But ensure that the water you are using, no, it should be a pure water. Okay, if the water is contaminated and you are washing the eye with the same water, then it's going to get infected. So ensure that it is pure. Got it, friends? Yes. So these two things. Then before moving on to the next session, let me want to share one more thing. See how to improve the memory. How to improve the memory. Okay, see, the kids may be learning. Okay, the kids may be learning the things, but where they may be lagging now, how they are coordinating the things, how to coordinate two things together. Okay, see, whatever things they learn, okay, it would be one information will be here and other information will be here, other information will be here, other information will be here. Where the child will be lagging now, how to bringing those information together, how to bring them together. Okay, and to get a new knowledge and to get a new wisdom, there the child is lagging. Got it? So how to improve the memory of the kid so that it can bring the things together. Okay, see, let me show you one example. Observe. What this is wheat flour. This is wheat flour. Okay, how it is? How it is? How this flour is? This is very loose, right? Yes, this is very loose. So if you want to bring all these things together, what we add? What we add? In order to make it into a dough.
Water,
Water.
water.
Yes,
Yeah.
you add water. So what is the nature of water now? It brings things together. It brings things together. Okay. So if this is loose, if this floor is loose, can you make any shape? Can you make any shape out of it? No, we cannot make any shape out of it. Whereas when you add water in this flour and you make it into a dough, you can make any shape. You can make a ball, you can make a plate, you can make whatever you want. You can make fish, any shape you can. The same thing, whatever happening here in the outside, that everything happens inside also. That is happening inside. So the information, whatever the child is learning, okay, so it is a little bit junks of information. So those information has to be brought together, and the information are brought together in order to make a concrete idea. The formation of idea is done by bringing the things together. Okay, see how the things will be brought together. So if and only if the child is having enough water element in the body. Got it? If and only if the child is having enough water element in the body. See, just like how you add water to the wheat flour and you are making into a dough and you are bringing into the shape, the same way, if there is an idea has to be formed, there has to be enough water element in the body. Okay, so how to bring the water element in the body? You can observe that when you compare your child's skin to the others, okay, the child's skin is more dry. Is it right? Yes, it will be when we compare our kids' skin to the others, because our kids are naturally, they are having the less water content. Okay, so we have to ensure that the child is having enough water content in the body. Okay, so what we have to do? So we have to again focus more on the food. Ensure that the child is drinking enough water. Ensure that the child is drinking enough water. Okay, and whichever food you are making, that food also should have enough water. The food should be having enough water. Okay. See, for example, you're making, what is that? Yes, you're, what is that? Yes, you are making some deep fried items. Yes, deep fried items. Okay. See, when you put some deep fried item, for example, let us take buri. Okay. The wheat dough, the wheat flour will be there, no? That one will be put into the highly boiled oil. Okay. When it is put, what happens? The water content in that wheat flour will be off. Right? Then only there will be a puffed buri you will be getting. Right? So there is no water content in that. So whichever deep fried items, if an object is deeply fried, then it is going to remove the water content from the food. So if the child is eating or thriving more on those kind of fruit, deeply fried items, then what happens? Then the body will be taking more and more. The food has to take more and more water from the body in order to digest and excrete that food. So that again, the body will be going to water scarcity. Got it? So the deep fried food items has to be given in a very little manner. Very little only you have to give. The child food has to be more of fluid kind of things like porridge kind of things. Okay. And the steam cooked items, see how the thing is cooked. When it is cooked in steam, the water content is retained in that. Okay. See, let you take rice. How the rice is cooked? You pour water, bring it to boil. So we think that, see, everyone, it is a very important information, right? We think that we have to stay away from carbohydrate. Got it? So most of the time we would be staying ourselves from the rice. But rice is a very, very important thing. Okay. How many of you are having your staple food as rice? Because in India, the staple food is rice and wheat. Okay. And in China also, the staple food is rice, right? If there is rice, the person would be having a knowledge of 5 elements. So here only in India only that Ayurveda, the Siddha medicine bloomed. So these two system of medicine based on the 5 elements only. Okay, that is earth, water, fire, space, and air. The same way in China also, the staple food is rice. Okay, so there also the acupuncture, it is based on the 5 elements theory only. Okay, so whoever is eating the rice, they can understand the wisdom of 5 elements. Okay, so rice is a very important thing. So in Tamil, see in South India, okay, it is a colloquial thing that, are you having any sense? If we are asking a some person, right? Are you having any sense? For that, what we will be asking now? Are you eating rice? Like that. So if a person is eating the rice, then it means that the person would be having the senses. Okay, so this is the philosophy. Apart from that, see how the rice is cooked. You put the rice, you pour water into that. So in the rice, the water content is there. Okay. So whichever thing that is steam cooked, that is idli, right? Idiyappam and appam, those kind of things are very good for the kid. And ensure that the child is having more fruits. Okay, the child should be having more fruits and juicy vegetables kind of thing. Okay, all the time stay away from the food that are highly processed. For example, see how you can determine which food is taking more food in order to excrete from our system. See, for example, you are cutting a watermelon, having it on the plate, and you are eating it. When you go and wash the plate, how it would be? It would be very easy to wash, right? Absolutely. Yes. Now you are having idli. You are having idli and sambar or chutney, something like that, eating. You are going and washing. Yes, it is easy, but when you compare it to the watermelon plate, little bit tough. Whereas if you eat biryani, okay, how it would be? After eating biryani, when you should go and show it in the that water, what happens? It won't go. That oil will get stick into the plate, right? So you have to apply soap, then get rid of it. If that is the case, Then when you are eating pizza, okay, that highly processed fat, mayonnaise things, everything on the plate. If you are going and washing that one, what happens? Will it come off? You have to wash it with a warm water or hot water. Okay, so the same thing applies to your body also. If we are giving more processed fat, okay, if you are giving more processed salt and sugar, then the body will be absolutely needing more amount of water in order to excrete the things. And if the child is not drinking enough water, those things will turn toxic and they are not going to get excreted. That will stay inside the body itself. One thing. So what we have to do, the child has to be focusing more on the steam cooked food. And steam cooked food like rice, idli, appam, idiyappam. Got it, friends? Then you can also give porridge, more fruits and more juicy vegetables. More juicy vegetables. Got it, friends? This is one important thing. Then one more thing. See, we are having a bowl of water. Got it? We are having a bowl of water, and this bowl of water, you are keeping it out in the sun. You are keeping that one out in the sun. Okay. See, when that is kept like that, what happens? When it is kept like that, what happens? So the sun would be absorbing all the water from the bowl, right? So the light energy converts the water into water vapor, right? The same thing happens. The same thing happens. See, when the child is exposed more time, when the child is exposing himself more on the screen, see what is coming from the screen, what is coming from the TV, what is coming from the mobile. It is again a light energy. Okay, what is coming from the sun? Again, it is the light energy. If the child is exposed more to the screen, what happens now? The light from the screen would be absorbing all the water from the eyes, all the water, especially from the head. If there is no water in the head, then how the child can hold the things together? How his memory would be? He cannot retain the things. Whatever he is learned, that would be off. Got it? It's quite common sense. It is not only for the autistic child, it is for us also. Yes. See, one day you spend your whole day on the screen. Okay. And by the end of the day, just observe yourself. Okay. And make a note of yourself, how you are, how your mental state was, whether you are in a peaceful state or in a calm state, whether you can remember the information quickly or not. And another day, you switch off your mobile. Just go out, look into the greens, look into the greens. Yes, just go in fresh air. By the end of the day, again make a mental note of it. Without screen, how your life was, how you felt, whether you felt more emotionally stable or not, whether you are having clarity or not, how your memory was that day. So this is very important thing. Yes, of course, today we cannot survive without the screen. Yes, and it is when the child is get occupied with the screen, that is the free time for us. Okay, but if we all the time occupying the child with the screen, then what happens? Then again all the water will be getting away. Okay, so there should be reduced screen time. That is very much important in order to improve the memory for the child. Got it? Then the next thing, please give more coconut. I don't know. So actually, what the brain is made of? What the brain is made of? The brain is made out of fat only. Okay, so the fat is much important. It is not a bad thing. The fat is much important, but it depends upon what kind of fat you are giving to the child. So the coconut, the raw coconut is much important. If the child likes the raw coconut, you can give. But I don't think you get the fresh raw coconut, right? You are getting only the frozen coconuts, right? So in such a case, just to find an outlet, whether you can get fresh coconut. If you are getting a fresh coconut, you can make coconut milk and give it to the child also. Okay, and please stay away from the frozen food kind of things. Okay, processed items, and add more Indian spices. That more Indian spices helps to improve the healthy gut microbiome in our body, in the gut of the child. Okay, and the next thing, ensure that the child is not getting constipated. Much important thing, the child should not get constipated. Why I am saying? Okay, see, again it is a box. Okay, it is a box. Okay, see what I am doing now, I am having 3 idlis here. 3 idlis, I am pouring some sambar, I am pouring some chutney, pachadi, something like that. I am closing it tightly. I am closing it tightly. Okay. And I fill this box up to the brim with sambar. The idli is actually literally floating in the sambar. Okay. I am closing it tightly. I keep it aside. I am not opening it at all. Okay. I am not opening it. See what happens when I open it on the 3rd day. When I open it on the 3rd day, what happens? Bad smell would be coming. Yes, bad smell would be coming. Yes. And when you open up, what happens now? From the top of the sambar, you can see the bubbles. Bubbles would be coming up, right? Why? Because the food is turning acidic, okay? And it is going to produce the gases. Got it? If the child is getting constipated, it is very much important, okay? The food particle, it is going to stay in the lower abdomen for a long time. Okay, what is going to all those, what will be happening to all those rubbish kind of things that is staying here? That will help the bad bacteria to improve. The bad bacteria population will be increased. In such a case, the bad bacteria will be producing all sort of nonsense things, like all the nonsense hormones that lead our child to anxiety problems, irritability complaints, everything and all, impulsive behavior, everything and all. Okay, so the child, ensure that the child is not getting constipated. Okay, then the next thing, the bad thing that is staying here, it is going to turn our blood acidic and the gases would be produced. Gases would be produced. And what is the nature of gas? What is the nature of gas? The gas all the time move downward or it move upward. Actually, in our body, the outlet is like that, it is moving downward. Whereas, what is the nature of gas? The gas always move upwards or downwards. The gas move upwards. Okay, so there is a mirror. For example, my hand is a mirror and here is the water vapor. If the water vapor is coming up, okay, the mirror will be having clarity. No, the mirror will turn foggy, right? The same thing happened with us also. If there is motion, fecal matter inside the body, it is going to turn the blood acidic. It is going to increase the unhealthy population. It is going to hike the unhealthy bacteria population. Then the next thing, it's going to produce more gases. Those gases tend to move up, where it would be reaching now, finally reaching the head only. That will turn the mind foggy, not only for the child, but us also. Okay, see, you observe, please, if you are not passing out motion on a regular manner, or for you are skipping passing out the motion for 1 or 2 days, you just observe your mental mind state. Okay, see, we will be getting irritated very easily. And the gas that is moving up, when it is getting locked up, our child will end up in problems like movements. The child may be very stiff in moving the hands or moving the legs, like that. So it also results in the movement complaint also. So if you want to avoid all kind of things, the first and foremost thing that you have to do is ensure that the child is not getting constipated. Okay, give more fluids to the child, more juices, coconut water, buttermilk, or decoction, something, decoction in the sense you can give rosemary tea without adding milk, herbal tea, pudina, that is mint tea kind of things. So those kind of things you can give, and you can also give dry fruits marinated in the water, right? The raisins will be the raisins with the seeds. The raisins with the seeds. You can wash them and you can soak them for almost 4 to 5 hours. So you can ask the child to eat the water, eat the raisin along with the water. That also helps to get rid of that constipation complaint. Okay. So these are the things I just want to mention, right? Then, yes, is Vali. இதுக்கு போவோமா எப்படி இன்னைக்கு செஷனுக்கு இது முடிச்சிருவோமா இல்ல இன்னைக்கு அந்த இந்த ஒரு இதை பாத்துருவோமா வள்ளி?
எவ்வளவு டைம் இருக்கு? முடிக்கணும், ஏன்னா நானுமே போகணும். ஸோ வேற எதுவும் இப்ப இன்னைக்கு நேற்று செஷனோட இன்னைக்கு கண்டினியூஷனாவே இருக்கட்டும். நாளைக்கு வந்து நியூ செஷன் வந்து பண்ணிக்கலாமா? இஸ் இட் ஓகே ஃபார் யூ?
எஸ் ஓகே. நான் இன்னைக்கு என்ன எடுக்கலாம்னு யோசிச்சிருந்தேன் அப்படின்னா, அந்த டச்சும் இதுவும் எடுக்கலாம்னு யோசிச்சிருந்தேன். எதுக்காக டச், எதுக்காக சவுண்டுன்னு அந்த கான்செப்ட்ட வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டு, அதுக்கப்புறம் மூச்சு பயிற்சிக்கு போலாம்னு நெனச்சிருந்தேன். சோ இப்ப எப்படி பண்ணுவோம்? அந்த கான்செப்ட்ட மட்டும் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டு நாளைக்கு பாத்துருவோமா? இல்ல நாளைக்கு ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருவோமா அத? நாளைக்கே ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருவோமா அத?
நாளைக்கே ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா பண்ணிடலாம். நாளைக்கே
எஸ்.
ஃப்ரெஷ்ஷா ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஸோ
எஸ்.
நானும் குரூப்ஸ்ல வந்து போடுறேன். நீங்க இப்ப இது பண்ணதெல்லாம் நானும் சம்மரைஸ் பண்ணி போடணும்னு நினைச்சேன். நான் காலையிலே போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன். வாட் எவர் யூ கேவ் த லிங்க். அதுன்னா அந்த பாஸ்வேர்ட் என்டர் பண்ணா அது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலா தே கேன் கோ அண்ட் வாட்ச்
ஓப்பன்
இட்.
ஆயிடும். ஓப்பன் ஆயிடும்.
ஓகே.
எஸ்.
ஸோ
நம்ம இப்ப இது ரெக்கார்டிங்க எண்ட் பண்ணிருவோமா?
ரெக்கார்டிங் எண்ட் பண்ணிடலாம். வேற
If you
யாருக்கும்
have
டவுட்ஸ்
any doubts, if you
கேளுங்க.
have doubts, you can ask me, friends.